the house. Yeah, 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 yeah. We are kicking it with Auntie Leah. Yeah, let's get it, let's do it, let's go. Yeah, let's go, let's get it with Auntie Leah. Yeah, yeah, come on, let's do it. Nothing better than kicking it with Auntie Leah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Auntie Leah is in the house. Yeah, 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 yeah. We are kicking it with Auntie Leah. Yeah, let's get it, let's do it. Come on in. Come on in now. So Auntie Leah can do a thing. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hey, welcome back. Thank you for coming back. I pray this time, please do not mess up this video. This video is very important. Please, Lord, bless this video. I apologize for the previous live. StreamYard told me to basically use Chrome. I was using Edge, so I'm hoping and I'm praying this time this works. So welcome everybody. As you come in, please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share with a friend. We're talking about bullying today, and we don't give up in this family. We keep going. We keep going because we know that the attacks on our technology comes from the enemy. They don't want us talking about the children. They don't want us talking about the truth. They don't like us supporting JAG. Oh, well, get over it, because we won't stop. I hope more people come back. If not, it'll just be us. Hey, Amanda. Hey, sis. How you doing? Hey, Kat. Hey, Sophia. Hey, A. Reed. Where's my moderators? I don't have any moderators in the house. All right, so let's try to pull up this video, and Lord, like I said, please let it work this time, please. Let's get into it. Again, this is the story of Lewis Johnson, Jocelyn, I don't remember her last name, and Gabriel Tay, I believe his name. We're talking about bullying, and these three children did not survive bullying. Basically, they unalived themselves because they could not take the pressures of being bullied. No sound. Great. If it's not one thing, it's another.
Wrongful death lawsuit now active against the Marion County School Board over the death of a 10-year-old, his name Lewis Johnson.
In 2023, Johnson killed himself with a gun because his parents claimed that his teacher at Legacy Elementary School constantly bullied him and recruited other students to do the same. TV 20's Deja Clayton joins us live in front of the Marion County School District office. Deja, what does this lawsuit claim?
Dave, the 12-page lawsuit explains how the parents believe it was the board's negligence that led to the death of their 10-year-old son. The lawsuit explains how the parents of Johnson believes there was no escaping the daily public humiliation from fifth grade teacher Donna White, and that he suffered emotionally and depression and anxiety. In an investigative report, it is revealed that more than 24 students were interviewed about White's actions in the classroom, 14 of whom were in the classroom with Johnson. The students say that White yelled at students, made them cry, talked about their grades, and got angry if they didn't know the answer. It is also revealed in this report that Johnson's parents tried for months to meet with school leaders but were unsuccessful. Johnson's parents filed the lawsuit asking for at least $75,000 in damages on Monday. I also tried to reach out to the parents and the law firm but did not hear anything back. A spokesperson with the district says that they cannot comment on lawsuits. Live in Ocala, Deja Clayton, TV 20 News.
The devastating consequences of bullying. Understanding the long-lasting impacts. Bullying is a grave issue that profoundly affects individuals' mental and emotional well-being. The scars of bullying can persist long after the incidents have ceased, leaving a lasting imprint on a person's life. This exploration delves into the devastating consequences of bullying, highlighting the ways in which it can impact one's mental health and social interactions. Anxiety and depression. Bullying often leads to heightened anxiety and depression. Victims may find themselves constantly on edge, worrying about potential threats and reliving traumatic experiences. This persistent anxiety can disrupt daily life, making it difficult to concentrate, sleep, or enjoy activities that were once pleasurable. Depression, another common consequence, can manifest as a pervasive sense of sadness, hopelessness, and a lack of interest in life. Together, these mental health issues can severely impact a person's quality of life. Low self-esteem. Repeated bullying can erode a person's self-esteem, making them feel worthless and unworthy of love and respect. Negative comments and actions from bullies can become internalized, leading victims to believe that they are inherently flawed. This diminished self-worth can affect all areas of life, from academic performance to personal relationships. Low self-esteem is a significant barrier to achieving one's potential and can lead to a cycle of self-doubt and insecurity. Social isolation. Bullying can also lead to social isolation, as victims may withdraw from social interactions to avoid further harm. This isolation can be both voluntary and involuntary. Victims might choose to distance themselves from peers, or they might be ostracized by their social groups. Over time, this lack of social connection can lead to feelings of loneliness and abandonment, further exacerbating mental health issues. Social isolation deprives individuals of the support systems that are crucial for emotional resilience and recovery. Physical health problems. The stress and anxiety caused by bullying can manifest in physical health problems. Common issues include headaches, stomach aches, and chronic pain. Additionally, victims might engage in unhealthy coping mechanisms such as overeating, substance abuse, or self-harm. These behaviors can further deteriorate physical health and increase the risk of long-term medical conditions. Impact on academic and professional life. The repercussions of bullying extend to academic and professional settings. Students who are bullied often struggle with school performance, leading to lower grades and disengagement from educational opportunities. This academic decline can limit future career prospects and socioeconomic mobility. In the workplace, bullying can result in decreased productivity, increased absenteeism, and difficulties in professional relationships. The long-lasting impact on academic and professional life highlights the pervasive nature of bullying. Creating a supportive environment. Addressing the issue of bullying requires a collective effort to create supportive environments where everyone feels safe and respected. Schools, workplaces, and communities must implement policies and programs that promote inclusivity and prevent bullying. Educational initiatives that teach empathy, conflict resolution, and the importance of kindness can help foster positive interactions. Support networks, including counseling services and peer support groups, are vital for assisting victims in their recovery journey. Moving forward. For those who have been victims of bullying, healing is a gradual process that requires time and support. It is important to acknowledge the pain and seek professional help if needed. Building resilience through positive relationships, engaging in self-care practices, and setting achievable goals can aid in overcoming the negative impacts of bullying. Communities must rally together to support victims and advocate for a culture of respect and safety. Bullying is not a trivial matter, and its consequences can shape a person's life in profound ways. By understanding the devastating impacts of bullying and working collaboratively to prevent it, we can create a world where everyone feels valued and protected. If you or someone you know has been affected by bullying, remember that support is available and recovery is possible. Together, let's strive to make our communities safer and more compassionate for all.
Put him a full mask. Wrongful death lawsuit. A black 11-year-old takes his own life after being bullied by a teacher. Wrongful death lawsuit is stating a 5th grader and a 5th grade teacher. The 5th grade teacher relentlessly bullied, according to the suit, an 11-year-old child for months. And the Florida school board, quote, took no action to stop it before he took his own life. Parents of the young child who unalived himself 2 years ago are suing a Florida school board, alleging board members did nothing to stop a 5th grade teacher who mercilessly bullied the child and encouraged classmates to do the same. It gets worse. According to the Ocala News and WCJB News, parents Tika Johnson and Lewis Johnson Jr. filed a complaint against the Marion County School Board. In the wrongful death suit cited by the news outlet, the Johnsons said that their 11-year-old son, Lewis Johnson III, quote, continuously, consistently, and was relentlessly publicly bullied by his teacher. The teacher is Donna Marie White. This is when he was a student at Legacy Elementary. The complaint alleges that for several months, while engaged in an, quote, open, notorious, and protracted pattern of bullying by systematically and chronically inflicting hurt and or psychological distress on Lewis Johnson III, including but not limited to unwanted and repeated verbal humiliation and insulting behavior, and encouraging other students to engage in the same behavior against their son. While White allegedly, called Johnson stupid and told him, quote, you don't know anything. A few months before the 10-year-old's passing, Johnson's parents complained to the school administrators about White's conduct and tried to solicit help from the Marion County School Board, asking board members to schedule conferences with the elementary school's leadership. But the committee, quote, took no action.
Let's stop right there. He said that the parents repeatedly complained to the school board in the school about their son being bullied, and they did nothing. Why? Why does raising an alarm about bullying fall on deaf ears in school? Just about a month ago, a young girl unalived her bully, stabbed her, unalived her. She was being bullied. Nobody did anything. Why is that? These school boards need to be held accountable for the things that they do. They need to be held accountable for ignoring the cries of parents, for ignoring the cries of children, our children, when they're supposed to be nourishing and teaching our children. I just don't get it. Let's get back into it.
The lawsuit reads, there's more information here. You have parents who attempted to utilize the administrative remedies that are afforded to them as parents in that school system. Why are they seeking an administrative remedy? Well, because the child has spoken up. And if you know anything about young people, you know it typically takes them a while before they're comfortable to speak out against their peers or authority figures in school. So the child spoke up. That means at that point, this has risen to a level that is no longer tolerable for the child. Parents get involved. They seek remedy from the local school. They seek remedy from the school board itself, the governing authority, prior to the unthinkable happening. Johnson's parents said that as a result of the school board's negligence and their failure to address this severe bullying, their son began experiencing, quote, anxiety, depression, sleeplessness, crying, nightmares, fear, anguish, and embarrassment.
Guys, isn't that what we just read on that segment when it was explaining bullying and going through the different stages of bullying and going through the devastating and detrimental effects of bullying. Everything that he just said LJ went through is exactly what we just learned prior to watching the video. This needs to stop. It needs to stop online. It needs to stop in schools. It needs to stop on the job. It needs to stop. These people need to be held accountable.
Quote. They claim their son, quote, felt like there was no escaping the incessant and daily public humiliation, bullying by White, leading to the 10-year-old's untimely death, April 2023. The complaint states that Johnson used a firearm to take his own life. He was rushed to the hospital where he died 2 days after he was admitted. Justin's parents went to his school afterward, passed out.
Sorry, I'm gonna stop it right there because I have a question. Where did LJ get this firearm? He unalived himself using a firearm. He was 10 years old. Where did he get the firearm that he used to unalive himself? I could not find anything on that because I needed to know. Why wasn't the firearm locked up away from him? I don't know. I just got questions. A lot of them.
Prevention flyers, which also listed their allegations against White. The school district launched an investigation into the educator and interviewed more than 24 student witnesses, 12 of whom were in Johnson's class. According to the investigative report, White once allegedly told Johnson, quote, I don't know why you're talking because you don't even know anything. You don't know nothing in this class. Isn't that right, kids? And naturally, this is a catalyst for his peers to.
So let me get this straight. Not only was the teacher bullying LJ, she taught the kids how to bully LJ as well. So this teacher is in school teaching how to bully instead of teaching math or science or social studies or whatever. You're teaching kids how to bully. Shame on you, Donna White. Shame on you. And you need to be held accountable.
Become bullies and partake in the bullying experience with the teacher. Students also claim White, the teacher, would get mad when a student got an answer wrong, would sometimes make remarks about students' grades in the classroom, creating public embarrassment intentionally. They also said her intimidating behavior sometimes made students cry. Now, you know, we're talking about 10 and 11-year-olds, okay? There are college students that could not withstand that kind of academic environment.
There are adults who could have withstood that academic environment as well. And bullying is just everywhere. And I'm sorry for keep stopping the video, but it has to be a reaction video because I do not have permission to use his video. Okay? But what do you guys think so far? It's painful. I broke down. He's going to break down as well. It is awful because it could be any of our children. It could have been any of us.
And be emotionally okay. District officials concluded that White repeatedly inflicted psychological distress
He needs to be held accountable
on several children by verbally assaulting, humiliating, and embarrassing
She
students.
needs to be held accountable.
White's contract with the school system was not renewed following the investigation. The Johnsons are seeking at minimum $75,000 in damages that
$75 million.
typically takes it to the federal courts, exclusive of interest, costs, or attorney fees. Before I go to the next part of this, the school concluded the child was bullied. They investigated, and the school says, yes, this teacher engaged in a pattern of humiliation, embarrassment. Well, what is bullying? Humiliation, embarrassment, etc.
Exactly.
You had a bully as a teacher. Now, the irony is, the parents who came to you well before this happened said it was happening. But because you decided not to correct the issue in the now, when it was presented to you initially, the blood of this child is on your hand.
The school needs to be held accountable. The whole
Put 'em
district.
up. Least we could do. Let's try to help the family. So we provided a link. Donate to help Lewis. Address your can. Sorry, Ben.
Yes, she needs to go to jail.
I got you, Doc. This is, a tragedy beyond words. You can see the emotion on Doc. You can see the emotion, hopefully, in your own heart when you hear a story like this. For whatever reason, there are certain people that go into education and they are these like misanthrope characters. We've all had those teachers that are just terrible to kids and you don't know why they're allowed in education. And I don't know the solution. I think part of it can perhaps be we get rid of the ridiculous concept of tenure. The unions should fight for teachers' pay, for their conditions. They should not fight to keep terrible teachers in school that bully children. Not everybody can take that kind of thing. Some people have really soft hearts, and it's just a tragedy beyond words. I just pray that a story like this reverberates so far and deeply that it maybe, hits the heart of some teachers out there that are a little bit hardened and jaded and have become bitter and mean, to maybe wake them up and realize that they are influencing the minds of very impressionable, sometimes weak and really soft-hearted young kids, and that they should not take that lightly. I don't know if we need cameras maybe in the back of the classrooms just showing the teacher, and with audio. I mean, you don't want to have to put cameras everywhere in society to have people act like human beings. But something has to be done, because it's just beyond that, beyond, any solution. It's just such a tragedy. My heart really feels so
Yeah,
it's
Lewis and his family.
Get to know.
It's a tough story. It's tough for me to report it. It's tough for our producers to curate. It's tough for you to hear it. It's tougher for the family to experience it, and it's toughest for the child that had to endure it. And for the sake of the child and the family, we must tell this story. Let's put up the GoFundMe again. You can make a contribution to assist the family as they transition through this moment, as well as launch a lawsuit against the school system. The reality is, according to the investigation, the 11-year-old was not the only one adversely impacted by bullying of this teacher. There are others.
One more thought, Doc, too. You know, you put up the slogan of the Marion County School Board there that said, helping every child succeed. And enough of these corporate slogans when it comes to businesses that involve people's lives, especially vulnerable people's lives. Not everything can be about sloganeering and profits. If you're going to put a slogan about helping every child, you must take that as a solemn oath and take it very seriously. And when you hear complaints that a teacher is bullying a young child,
a whole teacher, guys,
that should be a 5-alarm fire.
Right.
Your slogan says helping every child succeed. This was an abject failure.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Those slogans for the public, it becomes a policy. You assume this is a policy dynamic associated with the care and character of the school. Obviously, that didn't happen. Just a reminder to every school teacher. Most teachers are beautiful people. I was adopted by a school teacher. And sometimes some teachers forget, and I hope it's just temporarily, that we all live inside. None of us live out here. So while we may be able to say to a child that there's light at the end of the tunnel, the child, if they can only see darkness, that's all that's in that child's world, because we all live inside here, not outside.
And one more thought on that too, Doc. I mean, you all watching this just thought, you know, Dr. Ritchie, a grown man, brought to tears by the actions of this teacher and the results of them. This is a grown man, an incredibly accomplished adult human being. Just imagine the effects of it on a child.
Exactly.
I mean, there you have the perfect evidence of the impact of words and actions. So
that's right.
Let's try to do better, people.
Got to do better by babies.
Put it in the chat if you think that the teacher should pay, the school district should pay, and everybody that ignored the parents' cry and LJ's cry. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that they should pay for what they did, because this could have been prevented. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't think that no one should be held accountable. That's right, 1. Exactly. Donna White, you should be held criminally accountable for the part you took in LJ taking his life. Shame on you. Shame on the school district. Shame on the principals. Shame. The next story we're going to talk about is Jocelyn. Jocelyn unalived herself in February of this year. She was being bullied because of her immigration status. Her immigration status. That's why this child was being bullied. Let's get into that. Fair use, fair use. Look how beautiful she is.
In Gainesville, a young girl's death by suicide is under investigation. Now, this comes after alleged bullying from classmates who her mother says threatened to call ICE on her family.
Exactly.
News 12's Olivia Thompson sat down with the girl's mother.
On February 3rd, 11-year-old Jocelyn Carranza was found in her Gainesville home in critical condition, according to her mother, Marbella.
I heard that she was taken with no oxygen. She didn't have any oxygen in her brain. It really hit me hard. I didn't have any hope. I didn't know what to think.
Gainesville Police Chief Kevin Phillips says paramedics performed life-saving efforts on Jocelyn before she was airlifted to a DFW Children's Hospital where she died 5 days later. Here at the St. Mary Catholic Church, several gathered to mourn the loss of Jocelyn Carranza and say their final goodbyes on Wednesday. Although she's now been laid to rest, several questions from the family remain.
It's been 2 days since I've spoken to an investigator. They told me they haven't found anything yet. They had an authority open Jocelyn's phone, but they have not had any.
Guys, this baby was afraid that she would be separated from her parents. She thought in her mind that she would rather not be here on this earth than to be separated from their parents. How many of you guys remember feeling like that about your parent or parents? That you felt like you couldn't live without them because you're a child, especially if they're good parents. She took her life because she was afraid of being separated. Because these bully kids who were taught to be bullies, they learned it from somewhere. Bullying is taught. Were mocking her and making fun of her and threatening to call ICE on her family. So she couldn't fathom in her young, very undeveloped mind being in this country because she's a U.S. citizen, separated from her parents who are immigrants, and took her own life. Those parents or those kids that were bullying this Jocelyn, Kiki eyes, they need to pay. They need to pay for what they did. Her life is gone.
Any access to it. They're telling me to hold on, and that the Gainesville ISD police had just closed the case after taking charge of it.
Gainesville ISD said in a statement to News 12 that although specific comments are not allowed due to privacy laws, the district follows strict protocols for investigating allegations of bullying. Marbella says the school shared no reports of her daughter being bullied before she died, and unbeknownst to her,
Jocelyn would go to school counseling every week or so.
Jocelyn attended the Boys and Girls Club of Cook County, where she spent most of her time last summer.
Her light was always shining, and if she ever saw someone else's light start to dim, she was always the first one there to notice and to help and to step in and be supportive.
Jocelyn's friends were able to attend Wednesday's funeral service and make memorabilia in her name afterwards.
I feel for our kids. They have no idea the hurt that they're in for, mourning the loss of their best friend.
Jocelyn's aunt, Martha, created a GoFundMe for the family.
I've been a single mother for 5 years. The money that we are receiving from the community, I'm wanting to use it for my kids and supporting them during this time.
In Gainesville, Olivia Thompson, News 12.
At Candlelight.
Everyone is an option. I don't think that's a problem. No, my eyes make me sweet, but most people don't follow.
This is the video that had people around the country talking last year. It shows Gabe Tae fall to the floor of a boys' bathroom at Carson School in West Price Hill. His parents say a classmate shoved him down, another example of Gabe being bullied. School officials claim Gabe fainted. While those competing views are now being debated in federal court.
Okay, guys, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? This next story is about Gabriel Taye, I think that's his name. This video, we're actually going to see this baby laying on the bathroom floor for over 5 minutes. He got bullied. He went in the bathroom. He saw a kid. He reached his hand out to shake his hand. This kid attacked him. And he ended up on the floor, passed out for over 5 minutes. Long live Gabriel.
One thing not in dispute is the fact Gabe lay motionless for 5 minutes before help arrived.
That was hard, you know, seeing your child knocked up on the floor for that long, getting jumped on.
Gabe was Binyam Tae's son. Binyam, a long-haul trucker who migrated to the U.S. from Ethiopia when he was 16, still can't believe his son took his life at the tender age of 8.
I mean, still today, sometimes I wake up, be like, am I dreaming? It's very hard, you know, thinking that your son is the person that you raised is, you know, underneath the coffin.
Tomorrow, on the anniversary of his son's death, Gabe's family will gather at his graveside and share memories of the little boy whose smile seemed to stretch for miles.
I can't even describe him enough with words.
Binyam Tae is now convinced Gabe was being bullied by other children, even though his son's outlook always seemed so sunny.
I think that's why we missed on the signs that he was bullied. And bullying is real. It's not a fairy tale.
And again, even though he travels long distances for his job, Binyam Tae told me he was active in Gabe's life. Only a year or so after his son was born, Binyam took Gabe to his home country of Ethiopia to be baptized. Todd Dykes, WLWT News 5.
Sorry, okay, guys, what we're about to watch is the actual incident that that led to the demise of this baby, Gabriel Tae.
And on the radio, you gravitate to songs about love, mystified by the illusion of what it never was. Use the music just to soothe, and now it's time to grow up. All the excuses try to tell you that you weren't enough, that you needed too much, maybe a little too tough. You shine a little too bright. Could you step out of the light? You're an angel, and I can save you for every time that you call. Your very presence was shaped by heaven. You never
Okay, guys. That's the end of the story of Louis O.J. Johnson III, Jocelyn, and Gabriel Tay. I have no words. I have no words. But I will say, bullying must be stopped. Whether it's online, at school, at our employment, at church, bullying needs to stop. These babies just could not handle it. Because at their tender ages, if you're raised right, you have a good heart, and you don't know how to respond to evilness. All you know is that you're depressed. You're feeling like you're nothing. You're feeling like you're worthless. You feel like you don't have any friends. You're feeling like the adult in your life that you're supposed to trust, and that's supposed to nourish you and teach you, is against you. The pressure is so hard. They get sick physically. They don't want to eat, can't sleep, don't want to go back to that place, don't want to feel the anguish, don't want to feel the sadness, don't want to feel the pressure. So this next little slide, you guys heard it before. This is what I feel about bullies, especially online bullies. This is for you guys.
They type tough, talk big, all caps range, hiding in the dark like rats in a cage. Ain't no backbone, just thumbs in the fight. Hit send and run, never say it in sight. Ooh, ops, they be lurking, they be hiding behind the screen, steady typing, talking reckless, think they bold, till the signal's lost, then they fall. Cyber ops, fake threats, playing pretend, talking like kings, but it's all just a trend. Internet gangsters, click clack frauds, front like legends, but they ghost when it's hard. Log them out, turn the page, ain't no power in the hate they wage. We rise above, we stand too tall, no more haters, we block them all. So if the shade hit, let it slide, they only strong when they wanna hide. Real ones move with love and grace, not in comment sections, hiding their face.
All right, guys, that is the end of the video. Uh-oh, we do not want you to start over, guys. No, that is the end of the video, guys. Anybody want to come up, discuss anything about the bullying, or even tell their testimony about being bullied at one point in their lives? You're more than welcome to come up. Anybody have any thoughts? You're welcome to come up. If not, we'll go ahead and we'll end this live, and we'll see you next time. I am currently working on the video for Ariana Day. And guys, God is good, right? They said use Chrome. Chrome works perfectly. That was the problem. I wasn't using Chrome. I didn't get any lagging. Did you guys get any lagging? I didn't see any lagging. I was using Microsoft Edge. But that message popped up and said, try using Chrome. It never popped up before. So I praise God that he heard our prayers. It was absolutely wonderful. No lagging. God is good, guys. And I want you to know that I love you. I appreciate you. We're going to be doing more lives, but I'm the type of person, I'm not a panel channel. I just can't get on live and talk shit. Oh, excuse me. Talk shit, excuse me again, all day without having something important to talk about. Something that's meaningful. Something that has some meat to it, some substance to it. I can't get on live and yab about somebody all day long for 8 hours straight, 2 to 3 times a day, like a certain owl that, you know, takes this internet, this YouTube app. I can't do that. I don't know how. Okay? But like I said, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Please come back. Please come back. And please share the videos. Because somebody told me, nobody watched your stuff. You know what? I don't care. Everybody who started the YouTube, people were not watching. We're going to be persistent. We're going to be praying. We're going to move in faith. And we're going to keep moving forward. And we're going to block all you trolls. Yes. So don't come in this chat. We block you. We're not going to play with you. You're not coming on the panel. We're not going to respect you in the chat either. Because you're disrespectful for coming over here. We're going to block you. I don't play with trolls. Again, guys, I love you. Thank you for coming. Until next time. Peace.
Please.